guys, it's your boy Yakubi and I'm back with another episode. Guys, I've noticed something in my research of everything that is happening and trying to put together content to bring for you guys. For though I know a lot of people are confused just because the Chidimas and the Nigerian content trends more than the educational content. For me, I'm not here to trend and I'm not here to excite people in the comment sections, which is what people are looking for. That's why you go to live streams and TikToks. And if that's what you're looking for, unfortunately, this is the wrong channel. This channel is not here just to expose Nigerians and their reality in their country, but to also expose what's happening in South Africa and their reality in South Africa and the rest of Africa. Yesterday, I was in town in Brie. Yes, guys, I do go to town. I was in Brie. I was going to meet up with a Nigerian friend of mine from college. We had a couple of things to talk about. So, fast forward to us meeting, and the conversation ended, and then we got to a stage where, hey, how's life, how's things, how's family? And obviously, hey, dude, I've been checking out your podcast, and wow, it's a hard pill to swallow, but you are speaking the truth about Nigeria. I would like to say shine some light, but the reality is there is no light to shine. I was like, oh, okay, I'm surprised. He said, but I have a question to ask you. I said, okay. Do you really think South Africa is in as much danger as you say in your channel? I said, what do you mean by as much danger? I said, like, what's happening? You see that South Africa is being captured, that, you know, do you think South Africa is in that much danger? And I realized that, no, South Africa is not in that much danger. No, it's not at all. South Africa is pretty safe. South Africa is flourishing. The South African economy is flourishing. And you will find out about how South African economy is flourishing in the next couple of episodes that I'm going to bring you. And everyone right now who's watching is like, what is Amobi talking about? No, he's suffering. Unemployment is high. No, it's not. Uncle P, what are you talking about? Food and everything else is expensive. No, it's not. I think you guys watch my show. I eat pretty okay. How? Uncle P, what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is that South Africa is not suffering. South Africans are suffering. South Africans are in danger. South Africans are the ones who are being attacked, not South Africa. I've realized that somehow, some way, South Africa and South Africans have become two different identities and two different things, two different assets, two different, whatever you want to call it. As an Angolan, you cannot separate me from Angola. That's why you see Nigerians, they come here, they insult me. Yeah, what about your country, Angola? You cannot separate me from that. As a Nigerian, you cannot separate a Nigerian from Nigeria. Neither can you a Cameroonian, a Ghanaian, a Senegalese. Everybody's proud of their country, regardless of the situations in their country, even Zimbabweans. But I've noticed the moment the South Africans attempt to be proud of South Africa and brag about South Africa, they are xenophobes. They are given names. Because somehow a South African cannot associate themselves with South Africa. In everything that is happening currently in South Africa, nobody is saying South Africa is xenophobic. I've just noticed, guys, I started reading articles and listening to these podcasters and everything. They're saying South Africans, South African men, South African women, not South Africa. Somehow, everybody is staying away from touching South Africa because South Africa is their land of milk and honey. It's still their haven. It's still where they want to come. The white, the Nigerian, the Cameroonian, the Senegalese, the Congolese, the Angolians, everyone wants to be here. Pakistanis, you name it. They want to be in South Africa. When you go to town and you see all those Nigerian businesses, Pakistani businesses and everything, they are in South Africa. When they argue, they say, South Africans need to leave us alone. We are the ones who are holding the South Africa economy. We are the ones who are hard workers in South Africa. Pay attention, guys. And that's when this whole thing then hit me that, wait, hold on. South Africans they are trying to replace South Africans in South Africa. Unless it's a country of rainbow nation, it's a country of unity, a country of what. So why not have mixed masala? There are areas here in South Africa. If you go to an area called Yovo, it's known for Congolese. There's even a Congolese market. If you go to an area called Seraldine, Rosentenville, Seraldine, Bruma Lake is known as the Chinese area. There's even Chinatown. Whether it's Zimbabweans, you go to Primrose up the road here, whether it's Eden Vale, whether it's Germiston, whether it's Sunnyside, there is Nigerian markets, there is Pakistani markets. There are markets for every single race, culture, whatever you name here in South Africa. Can somebody point me to a South African market where you specifically go and you get specifically only South African culture stuff? Can anyone point me to a South African area that is not Soweto, Tembisa, Alex, it's not also back in the villages where you go and you're like, Lapa, Bafut, Amazulus, Amatwanas, Amatosas, Goop. It doesn't exist. South Africa is a rainbow nation, and it has made itself a home for everyone. But it's not a home for South Africans. Because at any attempt that the South African attempts to argue or fight for their country, they are crucified. They are told that they did not build this nation. They are told that they do not own this nation or this land. It's owned by the 5%, the Muzungus. Because they've allowed Orania to exist, they are mocked. Today, South African youth is being unalived. And you know what's the danger of this unaliving? This is what the leaders are saying.
The investigations that have taken place do not suggest any deliberate campaign to poison children in our country. There is also no evidence that the problem is confined to spaza shops that are owned by foreign nationals only. These products are just as likely to be sold in shops that are also owned by South Africans. We all have a
This is the leader that was voted for, that the country trusted. Imagine the families that lost their children hearing the president of the country speaking like this. The president not being angry at what is happening in his country, but rather buttering and milking the situation and broadening it in a way that, guys, don't just get angry at the foreign nationals or the sponsors, get angry at everybody, because everybody might be doing it, which is true. But is that what he was supposed to be saying right now?
As the state, as a society, as parents and families, to protect those amongst us who are most vulnerable. And these are our children.
Guys, extremely disappointed from having them go register these spaza shops. What's the reason behind all this? Guys, we'll find out in the next episode. I don't want to make the episodes too long. You guys are watching plus minus 5 minutes at most, so we're going to try and keep most of the videos 10 minutes short. But I've got a lot of episodes coming up, and hopefully you guys are going to stay entertained. And tell me what you think. Am I reading way too much into this? South Africa, South Africans, is it the same thing? Or is it two different things? For me, it should be the same thing. But for some reason, South Africans are made to feel like they're not allowed to claim that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.